watching The David Robinson Show
on the Coyoteman Show Network.
Real talk, real people, real conversation.
And good afternoon, and welcome to The David Robinson Show. Real talk, real people, real conversations. This evening topic is dealing with coaching. There are good attributes of having a coach or a support system in place. This afternoon, I have the pleasure of having Coach Mac on my show, and Mac Poppy, who's a professional boxer. But before I start with Mr. Mac here, I'm going to start with Coach Mac here. And Mr. Coach, what made you decide, first of all, you decided to get involved and make a difference in a young man's life as far as coaching? What made you first was you a boxer yourself?
Yeah, I did kickboxing. I did a lot of karate, judo, did a lot of martial arts.
Great. So what made you decide to take on this young man here as far as his career, his development, and as far as coaching is concerned?
Well, one thing, he's my son.
Amen.
And he takes it serious. So when he came back from college, he said he want to, become professional. And I said, what weight you want to fight at? He said 130. So at that time, he's weighing about 166, 167. I walked out the door, went to the gym. He came back on Thanksgiving holiday, and he was like 132. So I said, all right, let's go.
So here, how old was he then?
Well, he started boxing, like physically boxing, at 8.
8 years old.
But I've been training him since maybe 1-2 years old.
So not only you're being a father, which he had that support system in place, you also was his coach as well.
Yeah.
So he had a win-win situation instead of him deciding to do something in the streets or deciding to go and get with the wrong crowd. He decided to say, well, Dad, I want to be a boxer.
Yeah, and I also encourage him to do other sports too, so he can get just a whole round of just different things.
So what were some of the techniques or some of the discipline that you had to get past as far as you not only being his father, but him deciding to take boxing seriously, and you decide to take that on and being his coach? So not only being a dad, but being a coach, how did you separate the two as far as that?
I always try to encourage all my kids to do, what you want to do, not what I did. So that's something that he wanted to do for himself. So it made it easier, so, and like I said, I was always a type of person that, have your own identity.
Amen. So what was some of the training that you decided to take him through?
Old school training, like, training that I had, I took my martial arts and my kickboxing and all of that, and just gave him all that hardcore training that I received from, Glenn Hawkins and Mike Panther and, stuff I worked with Mark Moore on. So I just combined all the stuff I had from them and Howard Mitchell and all this, teaching I had from them guys, and I combined it and gave it all to him.
So what would you say, how many hours did you spend a week? How many hours did you spend as far as training is concerned to get him not only to a point as far as him boxing, but to go professional?
It takes years. It's something that don't happen overnight. It takes a lot of years to get your craft to where you need it to be. You're still learning. You never stop learning.
So when did you feel, and I'm really asking you because I'm zooming on you before we go to Mr. the boxer himself, but I'm really zooming on you because in order for him to get to that point, you had to have a vision. And once he brought that to you and decided to say, well, hey, Dad, this is what I really wanted to do, it took discipline from you as well to commit that time. So when I say about spending time, when you say years, that training, because in order, like you said, in order to be successful at doing something, you have to put time in. So what would you say, time, when you say years, how many hours would you say in a week that you put in as far as him training, as far as his...
You train at least 2 hours in the gym,
Okay.
you know, but when he comes home, he puts more time in as well for himself.
Wow.
He hasn't wanted more than me.
Right.
Because I already have a passion for it and love for it, and I already accomplished a lot of my own.
Mm-hmm.
So it was easy for me to train him, and then it's good when people can't say I'm living through my son, because I accomplished a whole lot of stuff, my own stuff, and my stuff that I've done.
Okay, Mr. Coach. Now let me get to Mr. Mac himself, the boxer, professional boxer as well. So what made you, as a young man, a young teenager, you said you've been boxing all your life. What made you decide, when you could have played football, you could have made any other decisions to do other things? What really inspired you to want to be a professional boxer?
First, it was always a dream. Like, when I first started, I was actually used to watch him work out in the basement. So he was hitting the bag, and I just seen him. And I was like, my mind just clicked to it. It was like, that's what I want to do. So they brought me a little heavy bag that hang on the bunk bed, hung it from the bunk bed, and I was just hitting it. I think he only showed me like my one and my like 2 punches, and I just was hitting. And then he could be asleep, and my mother would be like, go in there, watch him. Then he'd be like, man, that ain't him. He'd go in there, he'd be like, dang, he really doing it. So that's where it started from. And then growing up, like, I do other sports, and I just be like, I miss boxing, and I go back. And then it was one point in time where as though he was doing karate real heavy, so he was fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So I had left boxing because I couldn't get no fights at one time. And then he started passing me, like, far as fights. And I'm like, nah, I had to come back, get my fights back up. I was like, nah, I missed it. So that's how it really went, really.
So when would you say the age was when your mind was locked and loaded, as far as you made up your mind to be a boxer? You was what age?
I was a gym rat. I'm still a gym rat. So I think I'm in the gym every day. So I can say 5.
5 years old.
Earlier than that, but 5. I done been with all the boxers in Baltimore City, from started with Heron Run to Upton, now with Time to Grind. So everybody from boxing in Baltimore, I've been with them, helped them, get them ready, and all that. Like,
So as you as a boxer, getting in the ring and you making all the preparations to get in to prepare yourself for a boxing match, how did it make you feel as far as your first fight?
mm-hmm.
How was your first fight any different than when you had an opportunity to finally win a belt?
The first fight is kind of funny, because the first fight is actually the only fight ever I had that I wasn't nervous. Every fight after that, I was like, not a scared nervous, but an anxious nervous.
Mm-hmm.
My first fight, I didn't have no feelings. It was just like, wow, it's here.
And you went for it.
Yeah, but every fight after that, it's like a kill nervous, like kill to be killed.
So let me ask you something. In your preparation of training, how many hours does it take to prepare for a belt, for a match?
For a match. I mean, if I didn't sleep 8 hours a day, it would be 24. But I give it about 12, because when you get ready for a fight, that's all you seem to think about. When you out the gym, it's a mental thing, and physically, I'm training a lot. Like, that's all I think about. I mean, of course, there's other things I gotta do in life, but on that hand, like even though I'm a boxer, my main objective is God walk that He want me to walk. Really.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? And give back. To the community, to the kids, because the kids, they up next. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
So I'm just saying that because this story is deeper than all this. Like, I'm doing this now because I grew up with kids arthritis. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So growing up, I had a hard time keeping up with other kids, moving around, because my body was like, some days I have good days, and then some days I'd be going through it. You know what I'm saying? But I had people around that kept me strong. My father, my mother, I'd be crawling on the floor because I couldn't walk one day, and he'd be like, man, get up. And I'd be screaming, crying or whatever from hurting. And they didn't know what it was. We go to the doctors, they say, oh, he gonna grow out of it. That's all they say. The doctors ain't know what it was, you feel me? So I just wanna be able to win this belt, I am the best fighter ever, and show the kids and show the world that don't stop when you want something, just keep going. It's not easy, it's hard, but keep going.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a few minutes break here, and we're gonna come back with the boxer himself, Mr. Coach Mac, Coach, and the professional boxer over here himself, Mr. Mac.
You're watching The David Robinson Show
on the Coyoteman Show Network.
Real talk, real people, real conversation.
We must secure our families. KFG Life Insurance Specialist is a company that partnered with 15 of the top life insurance companies to ensure you get the best pricing, knowledge, and products to suit your family needs. Some people believe that term insurance is better than whole life insurance, while others feel the complete opposite. Some may feel like universal life is the way to go, and others may feel it's better to have a whole life policy. The truth is, neither of the products are better. One just may be more suitable for your family. Our life insurance specialists are not biased, as they are partnered with several life insurance companies. This ensures our clients get the best pricing, education, and products that are suitable for their families. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist make these decisions easier for you and your family. Our office is located at Security Square Mall, next to Burlington, in the Coyoteman Show Network. Please call to make an appointment at 443-400-5224 or go to www.lifeinsurancepecialist.org. That's www.lifeinsurancepecialist.org. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist help you prepare your family in the present, because the future is not promised. Act now.
You're watching The David Robinson Show
on the Coyoteman Show Network.
Real talk, real people, real conversation.
And welcome back to the David Robinson Show. I will continue my conversation here with Mr. Mac Poppy. His professional name, as a professional boxer. But like you said, the story is bigger than that. You want to be able to give back to the community and make a difference in the community. So definitely appreciate that. And having a support system is very important. You know, as you having your dad as your coach, but also having that support there. Mm-hmm. And you, besides you had your dad that you looked up to, was there any other boxers that I can definitely name off the top of my tongue that you looked at besides your dad that inspired you to want to be a boxer?
I had a lot of older brothers I started off with. They gone now. They passed away due to like Baltimore streets or whatever. So I looked up to a lot. They taught me a lot. I looked up to them. But far as like boxers, everybody know. Of course, I look up to Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
Look up to Ali. I look up to Andre Ward, Roy Jones, Sugar Ray, Joe Walcott, Joe Louis. It's a lot. Like,
Wow.
It's a lot of fighters.
So you believe in positive things, which is real good. Tell me a little bit more about. Do you have like a nonprofit or any organization that you said with the children that you focus on?
I would love to get a nonprofit. Our gym is actually a nonprofit now. Time to Grind. It's his gym.
Okay.
He's the head coach, so he's always been about the kids. So I would love to hop on board with him and branch off and do something more as far as the kids. So
tell me, Coach, a little bit more about your nonprofit and how people, I guess, if they want to get in touch with you, wanted to be supportive, tell us a little bit more about the nonprofit as far as the kids and stuff.
Yeah, well, the program was, right now it's I'm right under Pastor Biggers.
Okay.
So we're at the church,
Mm-hmm.
and he wants to open up a youth center right near the church.
Okay.
So we pretty much got the same type of mindset on how we doing things. Like, I just want to help the kids because I was them,
Right.
I grew up in the projects and stuff, so I can relate to the youth very well.
So I'm glad to have you both on my show. But here you got two people here. You not only a dad but a father as well, and a coach that's making a difference in the community, because you made a difference in your son's life that could have made other decisions, but he went on to be a professional boxer and still boxing. So when is your next boxing match, sir?
I don't have a definite date yet, but we looking for something in February, and I'm just trying to go all year, every month. I'm ready.
I heard that.
And if you need details to keep up, I have a social media. I don't know if you want me to say it now or later.
But you definitely.
Mac Poppy _ for Instagram and Twitter. Facebook is Mac4, meaning Mac IV, and Snapchat Quad on Board.
So how many professional matches, should I say, how many belts have you won?
I've won one so far. It's a regional belt. I want to get the world belts. I'm coming from I'm 12-3, all right, 12-3 right now with 9 knockouts, and I'm coming to take it on.
Well, I heard that. 12 knockouts.
That ain't my specialty. I know how to do it all, but if it come, it come.
So let me ask you something. When you in there boxing, and I know you're being trained, is your focus primary to outbox or to knock out?
Starting off, it was the knockout, but now it's the win. That's it. That's all I want to do is win.
So that requires a lot of training. But
lot
most
of
of all, let me ask you, it goes lock and loaded here first, right?
Everything you do is mental.
Mm-hmm.
Not everything. Like, you can play tennis, you can play volleyball, you can do ballerina. Everything gonna be mental. Of course, the other stuff come with it, but it's mostly mental.
Wow. So if you have kids, these youth that want to come out and get involved, maybe want to take up boxing, can you give them that information again? And what are some of the things that you would share with my guests as far as the youth is concerned, if they wanted to start boxing? What would be the first thing you tell them?
Start boxing. They wanted to start boxing. They just, like, it ain't easy. You really gotta want it. You're gonna get punched in the face. You gotta listen to your coach and just be patient and keep grinding. Cause once it click, it'll click.
So, let me ask you another question. So you do a lot of training, and I'm Mayweather is someone that I've watched, but he boxed, but he avoided. He did a lot of defensive boxing, and that requires techniques as well. So when you got hit, did it cause you, because I think a lot of times you say it's mental, to stay focused, or did you lose your cool?
Doing this for years, I experienced everything you can feel. You know what I'm saying? So I had, like, some days you can get mad, but you always gotta keep your cool.
Amen.
So that's what that's what life comes with, like learning yourself and learning from your lessons, and becoming a better you.
I like that. Becoming a better you.
Yeah.
That's good. Because life will hit you. And life does hit us all.
Yeah.
We fall down, but we got to learn to get back up and keep moving.
Yeah.
So definitely want to thank you both for definitely coming on the show. Thank you, Coach Mac, and look forward to seeing y'all on your next opportunity that you get a chance to see your son box and hopefully get that world title that you're looking for.
For sure.
So once again, just tell my the guests the name of the organization as far as the church, how to get in contact with you. If anyone wants to come and sign up and want to actually decide that they want you to be their coach, give them the information how to get in contact with you.
Yeah, you can. Our gym is 4801 Sipple Avenue, Transforming Life Church. You can look up Coach Mac, Time to Grind Boxing, and it has all the information from the time we start and where we located and all the other things that we're doing. So, check us out.
Well, thank you. And thank you once again watching the David Robertson Show. Real talk, real people, real conversations. Until next time, peace out.
You're watching the David Robinson Show.
On the Coyoteman Show Network.
Real talk, real people, real conversation.